I'm gonna put on a shirt now. The fuck? There's a hole in the wall.
You can almost see the shape of a man and a woman writhing inside, bathed in drug sweat and dirty linen.
I can see her bedroom
Bottles
from
lie
here.
around everywhere.
You can barely see through. Better not to jump to sensationalist conclusions here. The footprints on the floor, however, definitely suspicious.
What were people doing in here?
You lean closer to the peephole instinctively. I bet they're doing something quite unnatural. They're sensationally unnatural.
We got peeping Tom, guys. Alright. Let's take a look at these footprints.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust covering the workshop floor.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Someone's been here within the last 2 weeks.
3 weeks maximum from the dust coverage. It could easily have been 1 week too. You know, officer.
This is good. He likes it. There's a little smile there, in the dark of the workshop.
This isn't bad at all. It was a good idea to see where that door leads. Commendable work bringing us to this place.
Alright, what does this mean?
It means someone snuck through what seems like a secret route, behind our rape victim's room, in the recent weeks. This may prove to be significant.
Alright, let's have a closer look at these footprints.
Large prints, most likely made by boots. The size is hard to determine. Sole could be bigger than vamp. The soles have left a pattern, uniform, horizontal lines.
Maybe one of the mercenaries has been here.
One person has been here. They've gone back and forth. The tips point both ways.
Prints looks like one person went back and forth.
Between that and that.
The Pris print doesn't look like the odd sole print we found at the hanging.
The size looks about the same, actually. They're not the same shoe, but they could be the same person.
And it doesn't look like the worker's boots from the hanging, does it?
No. These little horizontal lines are different. They look custom-made to me. Or some kind of foreign print. Hard to say. Still a boot.
Alright.
Everything around you is quiet. The prints crisscross the workshop floor.
Let's move on. Pinball machine has been gutted. Pinball machine, semantics. What we got here? Can't see outside here. It's the place behind a door. Ooh, $5.
Over there, in the corner, not just any pinball machine. This is the pinnacle of pinball. Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats. It's lit. You can't wait to get your hands on it. Lit, a phrase almost synonymous with the Insulindian pinball scene. Any pinball scene, really.
The pinball machine. Gordy's Goats. A classic.
You've played?
A little.
Feels like a lot. Too much to play it again.
Let's take a look.
Ah, great.
Cornelius Gordy and the Mountain Goats reads the golden lettering on top of the back box. There's a small column of text underneath. The machine is coin operated. Get the game on, Fingerboy. Those flippers are ready. Above the painting of a mustached man climbing a hill, a column reads, inspired by the legend of Cornelius Gordy, taken on the world's tallest peak, Corpus Muindi. The Mesk legend holds that when the nation is in danger, heroic Gordy shall return and save his people. The theme of the game is to explore Gordy's climb through the perspective of goats and to ascend to the top of the mountain in a time of trouble. The peak of the mountain is at the top of the playfield. All the balls have small goat icons on them, and represent the goats as they race up and down the mountain. Areas around the playfield represent Gordy's climb, places he was said to have camped, which the goats can discover. Get them to the summit.
What's with all the goats?
Indeed. Think of them as bored. It takes a while to get in. Go.
I feel sorry for the gods. If they only knew the kind of guy old Cornelius really was.
What kind of guy was he?
The kind of a guy who uses the word savages a lot when recounting his travels. A masked nationalist.
So he was a racist.
An avid huntsman too. He was often photographed in his dining hall, surrounded by wall-mounted hunting trophies from every continent.
That's not cool.
He also hit his wife and kids. Other people's kids too. Sometimes pets. Hateful little man.
But you seem to be having fun.
I'm pretty good at this.
Your game is definitely improved. Suddenly, maneuvering a tiny hammer and ampoule, the words "pale rupture" light up on the speaker panel, and the machine starts filling with.
Congratulations. This is where the game ends. It's a cheap way of getting more money out of the players. A stupid nihilistic finale.
There's so much fog, you can barely see anything. Some is actually leaking out of the machine, and one by one, your goats start slipping, disappearing into the milky nothingness. This can be navigated. The balls leave almost imperceptible disruptions in the fog. You're down to your last goat, going mostly by sound. Eyes are useless at this point, but that goat, with automation-like precision, you keep
Holy
the final
shit.
goat ball in play, reacting to the tiniest stimuli, floating in the flow state. The fog is clearing, and suddenly, the old speaker crackles. Gordy Ball is lit.
Huh?
A panel opens up at the top of the playfield, and a new ball charges downhill. It's larger than the goats and matte black. Cornelius spell the white letters running across the equator. So violent is its descent, it immediately knocks the last goat into the abyss. Then proceeds to bounce all across the board as if carried by some demonic otherworldly inertia. High score, announce the speakers, and the whole machine lights up. Then the flippers retract, leaving a perfect opening for the Gordy Ball to join the goats backstage. Cornelius vanishes, and the machine powers off.
That's amazing.
I think I won, Kim.
You didn't just win. No one I know has ever beaten Gordy's goats. That is a monumental achievement, Detective.
Who's the king?
Congratulations, Your Highness. That was really impressive. The machine needs a good service before anyone else can even attempt it again.
Time to move on.
Yes. Good times.
Once again, the machine becomes one with the dust and the darkness. Life has left it, unlikely to ever return. You see a heavy steel door with.
There must be a key somewhere. Probably somewhere in the whirling. It's not too important. We can get in and out using the roof door.
I got a good hand-eye coordination jacket.
This small elevator smells of. The maintenance card under the control panel reads, Last maintenance, 10th July, 88. This elevator must have been used to transport pinball machines to and from the upstairs workshop. There are large rectangular buttons, monter, descente, and an international call for emergency assistance. That third one appears to be broken. A small steel plaque reads Halter 800. Halter is a Koningsteiner lift company who went out of business a long time ago.
Last maintenance was in 88.
That it does. I say, let's brave it.
That was a long time
At
ago.
the end of the last century. Look on the bright side. If it fails, we will only sustain minor injuries. I'm talking 3, maybe 4 months in the hospital. Maximum 5.
You are such a ray of sunshine, Kim.
It appears his whole enthusiasm is sarcastic.
It's mostly pinball elevator riding machine.
Seems so. although it's pretty
French fry.
quaint for a freight elevator.
Come on. My cat. He wanted to do things. Alright, let's go up. Hopefully we won't die.
So this is where they brought 40 pinball machines to fix them up. A long time ago. Everything is covered with dust
But
now.
it's been used.
The lieutenant looks around the dusty, crowded room, inspecting the tools on the shelf.
Looks like they gave up fixing the pinball machines at some point.
At some point, 20 years ago, 15 maybe, before pinball went out of vogue.
It used to be a pinball workshop.
Looks like it. I'm guessing Martinez North 22 used to be a pinball arcade before it became a hostel. There are machines left over.
A creak. Some dust falls off a shelf.
Downstairs in the hall, next to the main door. One of them even works. I've seen one of the hearties bang away at it.
Remember the dice maker? Then that means...
Welling in Rags was once the East Delta Pinball Arcade that was left over from that.
Ah, yes, as the novelty dice makers said. This has absolutely nothing to do with the case, I'm sure. But I do like a nice little connection.
But then it went bankrupt. Your skin crawls from making the connection.
So this means that Whirling in Rags is part of the doomed commercial area.
If that's true, then our cafeteria manager is not going to like it. We should tell him what we found up here, omitting that suspicion. He does not appear to be the kind of man who likes his establishment to be part of a neighborhood ghost story about bankruptcy.
Stupid superstition. But still, it would be interesting to see what the cafeteria manager thinks of this. It's not a ghost story. It's a curse, and Gart ought to be made knowledgeable so he can perform counterspells.
Alright, what was the check I had to make for her?
Officer.
Volition. Alright. Volition, 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 volition. Alright, so if I kick that up,
Officer. What brings you up here in the rain?
42. We'll return later. Alright, go down the stairs.
This medicine cabinet is
Anything of note?
a bright orange bottle with Preptide stamped on it, in sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container.
I see a brand called Peptide.
Preptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
What's so exciting about this orange bottle?
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextro...
I'm not taking drugs! We're not taking drugs! This is a drugless run! And he's stuck. I gotta open the door. Can I grab anything with my bag? Nope. Oh, yeah, I can. Sweet. Ooh, more bottles. I think that's it. Alright, cool. So, she wasn't raped, Titus.
Hey, was there something you needed? Another thing. Great. I love those.
What if I told you I got behind the blue steel wall?
Oh, okay. Well, I did hear you make noise back there, so Good for you.
He's really, really holding himself back here. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door.
You're not gonna ask me what's behind it?
Okay, what is back there?
Pinball machines. A pinball workshop.
Ha! I knew it. I've always wondered where those machines by the door came from. And they told me there was some kind of pinball thing here too. I knew it. Were there any back there? In working order, I mean.
You wanna play? Because I might be up for a game.
No, I was just wondering if you found pinball machines there.
He was wondering about something business related, about how much money he could make off one.
Thinking about turning the place back into a pinball arcade?
No, but we could diversify the entertainment options, seeing as you've opened the door back there. The machine we have in the corner now is broken. It wouldn't hurt to get a little life in here, other than the hellish karaoke machine. That one's always causing trouble.
Yeah, those numbers he's adding up must be making good sense to him right now. Sounds like he cares about the place. He's not going to be overjoyed to
We're
hear
not gonna
that
tell
it's
him
part
about
of the
that.
doomed commercial area. He should still know. You have to be forewarned about these things.
There's also a peephole in the wall.
What wall?
The secret room next to Khaleesi's room.
I'll have it fixed at once. Thank you for letting me know. I assure you, the Whirling does not abide spying on its guests.
The color has drained from his face.
Alright, you've been notified.
Thank you. I'll patch it up personally. Was there something else about the establishment? I hope not.
Nope.
Yes?
Nope. Nope. We don't snitch. We don't snitch here. Hey, we need to talk.
It's you again. What is it?
So, she says she wasn't raped.
Fuck. I knew that fucking whore couldn't be trusted.
For the record, Titus Hardy did not explicitly specify the victim as a whore, nor did he say anything about trusting her.
Oh, shut up and stay out of this, Liz. He raped her. He was out of his fucking mind. You have no idea.
She's just in denial, asshole. You don't understand the traumatic experience. She's shutting down, and she doesn't fucking trust you.
Yeah, she's crazy, you know. A crazy bitch. You know the type. She's fucked up.
This is a diversion. Stay on track.
She was very lucid.
She wasn't raped. The witnesses' statements were very clear.
Lawman, I'm at the end of my goddamn rope with you. I fucking told you not to push her.
His hands become fists.
And you went and pushed her. I am gonna fucking...
Hit you. Duck.
Titus Hardy!
Success. Titus backs off. Fists down, everybody. Goddamn, no one tells you to...
We're not punching a man.
Everett personally sent me to take care of this. If this goes south, we'll all be in the shit. But you, Titus Hardy, are going to be buried. Am I understood?
When she's angry, she emphasizes the S. It gives her voice a strangely hypnotic quality. Her lips barely move as she speaks. Frankly, it's a bit terrifying. Someone has to rush in to break the tension. The second in command.
Look, Copper. We know that fuck was a rapist and a killer. We got him confessing to it on tape.
Tape?
Show it to him, T. What's the harm, right?
There's tape? You have tape?
Here, jerkwad. Listen to this shit. And then come back and tell me the soldier of the apocalypse was an innocent man.
This is their last play, this tape. Their story is in tatters, a mess. It might be nice to listen to, but at this point, you don't need to.
Where did you get this tape?
You think we go into this shit deaf and dumb? You RCM aren't the only ones who know how to bug people. There's no university degree for that.
You bugged him, how?
We have machines. We're in logistics. How do you think a harbor works? It's advanced stuff.
Understood? You've listened in on their communications. How long?
Since way before their chief started taking swingless.
Things got nice and quiet after that.
Which one of you is doing the advanced radio work then?
It's not advanced. You just hold up in a coop all day, writing down what they say. It gets hot as hell in there.
So, Angus.
Don't put yourself down, Angus. It's important work.
Yeah, man. You're like a radio genius or something. Those notes are some in-depth stuff. Indexes and shit.
So what's on the tape?
What's on it? We call it the Dorgun a mega mix. You'll know why. Won't you listen to it?
And why should I care about this tape? You lied to me.
You don't care about evidence. The fuck are you a cop for, then?
Pigs, T. They don't care about getting the truth. They care about getting convictions. They are fucking keeping a score on their bulletin boards.
I won't be on your bulletin board. If you don't listen to the tape, we got nothing to talk about.
There's a lot of questions. If you ask them now, they'll just keep bringing up the tape.
Alright, where can I
I'm
listen?
sure we can find a tape player.
Where can I listen to this? Why don't you...
Yeah, play it with your ass, cocksucker.
I'm sure we can find a tape player. It's not...
Your room had one. Oh,
Don't forget your tape, lawman. Compliments of Titus Hardy.
Fine.
You do that. Oh, and keep it. Maybe you'll need a reminder of human ugliness someday.
Alright. We're gonna go outside to listen to this. Alright, so I was wrong. Nobody was raped. Apparently. Tape player. That's not the tape player. I thought I had a tape player. Oh, that is the tape player.
the porter reel is you push, command set, and the tape starts spinning. Violent static and machine sounds fill the air.
This isn't Revachol. This is a fucking village. I can almost see the elephants.
The harbor. That's the son of a Kvalson crane.
When this shit is done, I'm gonna tear that place up. Soldier of the apocalypse style. Kill shit. Dogs and chickens too. Gonna run a room, Cordy. A real nice room. I don't give a shit. I'm fucking done. I'm done mentally. I'll fucking do them all in. Rape that disco cunt on the counter. You know, the dance a whore upstairs. Do it Kohoi style. Never did get that taste out of my mouth.
The lieutenant presses the button marked Arete on your porter reel. The tape stops spinning.
What was that at the very end, the silence?
End of recording.
What do you think?
It seemed authentic enough. Probably recorded off the shortwave, then edited to seem more incriminating. He sounded like he was on patrol around the harbor walls.
He sounded inebriated.
Still.
There's more going on here than we know.
Who's this Corky?
One of the other mercenaries, I think. The one he was talking to. A friend of his.
And Kohal?
A village on the Samaran Isola, in South Safre. Grad committed war crimes there, the kind of thing he talks about. Who knows? Maybe the tattoos would have an answer. We would need to know the story of this man's service.
A symbol of soldier of the apocalypse style conduct in a civil environment.
Alright, what now?
I think we've got a few more questions for class here, don't you? This seems to contradict her testimony, at least to some degree.
As you take out the tape, the boombox tunes itself back to the cheery radio again, spewing out beats like it's a Friday night. The contrast feels chilly, inappropriate even. 6 crumbling petals.
This is the Insulindian lily, called Maybells or Lucille's tears during the Revolution. Girls used to pin these on soldiers before sending them off to battle.
This flower is a spring flower, but It's a bit early for that.
Which side?
Isn't it?
The revolutionaries, so the communards and the anarchists. White's their color, but the custom started in the suzerain's army, so it held meaning for the kingsmen too. It's about girls and boys more than sides. Girls sending off boys who are going to their deaths, then also dying themselves in the ruins from dysentery and consumption. It's a symbol of the Civil War.
Does this flower blossom in early spring?
Yes, but not this early, not to my knowledge. It looks dried, preserved.
Is it a coincidence as being on the roof?
Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see.
The petals feel...
Alright. Alright. I am going to take this off. Do I have any volition clothes? I don't think I have any volition clothes. I have a neat jacket now. Maybe I can buy some more clothes from that dude.
You keep coming back.
You find the box.
Economical, but also trendy. The shine on these. These are all first.
These are those you've.
These are all.
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers.
I'll... Those flowers that were...
The tear machine step. Your bottles clunk.
Huh.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
Somebody bought flowers for her. Interesting. You might have to get away from here.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
So, Hardy gave us a recording where the deceased states his intent to commit rape.
She puts her coffee cup down with a soft ring. As the porcelain meets the metal table, this does not surprise her.
Did he? I never said he was a good man, or that he had good intentions. Only that he was never bad to me.
She doesn't care. If anything, she sounds amused.
On the tape, he specifically identifies you as a target.
Where did they get this recording exactly?
It's intercepted radio chatter of the deceased, recorded via a de-encryption station. It's authentic enough.
Does he say he's gonna do it Soldier of the Apocalypse style?
Yeah, he said those exact words.
Yeah. That was practically his pickup line. Did he say whores a lot? Was he pretty much on the verge of doing it Kohoi style?
Yes, the word whore was used.
He liked the way it sounded when he said it. As to Kohoi, he wasn't actually there. He didn't do a tour, or at least didn't tell me he did. Would have been overkill anyway. He lived his own little Kohoi. It wasn't his everything.
Why did he say those? Like machismo?
Yes, was he bragging?
Oh no, I'm pretty sure he did all those things. Then integrated them into his idea of normalcy. To keep on living. Until they just sort of turn into his, what's the word I'm looking for?
She's quite observant about the human character. Trained to observe, even.
Coping mechanism?
Running joke. I was gonna say running joke. And it sounds like you didn't even get the good bits. Lely's punchlines got way, way funkier than that. He was like the Seminoles conflict, the Kohoi massacre, and the 36 famine in Yezut all rolled into one person, then cast in Orani's ceramic armor, which he wore in bed and in the shower.
You weren't afraid?
Afraid of what? That tape the Hardy Boys recorded? Your mother probably never told you this, but girls are evil. Had I the physical robustness and social support, I'd be in Kohoi. I would be tearing it up Soldier of the Apocalypse style.
Did he tell you he had actually done any of those things? He and Martinez, I mean?
No. We were too busy laying waste to our own nervous systems to direct any of the fury outward. He seemed happy, I guess. At ease. As much as a man like him could be.
What kind of man was he? Before you go, ask for details. She seems okay to talk about it.
Thank you for clearing that up, miss. Whenever you're ready. I'm interested to hear what Titus Hardy has to say now.
She takes a very small sip of her coffee and smiles.
Now that you've had some time, can you tell us more about the victim?
Like, for example, his name?
Actually, officer, I didn't know his name. I just called him Lely.
A nickname?
I guess. He came from Lelystad. It's short for that. And it was his army name, apparently. He said his real name wasn't his. I tried to pry it out of him, but it was no use.
Lelystad. That's a good start. We have a few questions you can help us with. A few things a field autopsy alone can't answer.
The young woman cranes her neck, trying to catch a glimpse of the page the lieutenant passed to you. On it is a list of autopsy observations, recorded neatly in blue ink. The last missing pieces of a puzzle of flesh.
Lelystad, the place, where is it?
In Oranje, officer. It's, I think municipality is the term. A nowhere town there.
The Lelystad municipality has few boroughs and even fewer cities. It's made of agricultural plots near the border of Gottwald. Executive summary: cows, silos, and wheat.
You were almost right, officer. That means his race was Occidental, not Mondial. I'll update the form.
You were both from Orange?
Yes. We were compatriots.
Did that bring you together?
No. He was too old for that. And from another part of Oranjenrek. I didn't even understand his accent. What brought us together wasn't Oranje. It was bad habits.
No love for Mother Oranje. But wasn't he a soldier? This could be worth pursuing.
Military man? But not a patriot.
No. He left the National Service after they taught him to do what he did on Seminine. He wasn't the flag-waving kind. He was the making money, killing people kind. He was by no means a stupid man. A people person. A small platoon leader. Certainly not a patriot.
You didn't seem much of a patriot yourself?
Mm-hmm. There is nothing on Muindi. The old, old world is dead, and we both knew it. Maybe Oranje did bring us together. In loathing. I love Revachol, though. I hope she loves me, too.
How old was he, miss?
He was 42.
42? Are you sure? I would have had him above 50.
He had many scars that made him appear older. But no, we even celebrated his birthday, like, some weeks ago. It was a funny 2 days. He had little reason to lie to me.
Looks like you were right, officer.
Points aren't good. Have one, you old dog, before we all die.
I did not know this was a competition, Kim.
It isn't. Police work is a cooperative sport.
There is no challenge without competition. There must be an opponent. This is clearly sports for him. Something like archery or darts. The young woman looks at you, then the lieutenant, then you. She's enjoying this.
Eye color.
Blue. Light blue. They were like little blue galaxies, you know? It was strange, seeing those eyes in his fucked up face. Pardon the swearing. I do him an injustice. He wasn't ugly. And he had a beautiful, soft voice. Very surprising, what with all the scarring. It was quite something, watching him speak.
He had a combat wound on his chin and mouth?
Yes. Severe. It made him look like half his face was cracking away in some strange smile. That and those eyes.
Ah, yes. His hair, if you can remember?
It was light brown, almost blonde. He darkened it with brilliantine, made it oily. Not nice to stroke. I couldn't convince him to leave it alone.
He had a tattoo. What did it mean?
Oh, that.
Yeah, it was the Orionese map of the waterways.
Sure, waterways. It was mostly for showing off to chicks, though.
How so?
How? Imagine him lying in bed. Freakish musculature laid out on the sheets. Scarred, of course. Tattooed. The sheets are dirty for some reason.
Is this Orionese lit?
Orionese lit?
Yes. This is the very essence of Orionese lit. A moment's respite. Dark and hopeless as the struggle itself. He's smoking and drinking, of course. And his chest and shoulders and arms are studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them. Maybe even thousands. And the woman goes like, "What was this, baby?" And he says, "That was too hardcore. Don't ask me about that." So she goes, "Okay, but what's this, baby?" And he's like, "Saw some bat shit there. Killed some loincloths." And so it goes. Star after star. Port after port. Third world country after third world country. And he's done horrible things in every single one of them.
You're the woman in this?
Oh, yeah.
Can you tell us what these mean?
No, thank you. I've seen enough of him dead. I can tell you what they meant without looking at them.
Go on.
He was a blue-eyed boy with thick arms, from a small town. He was also poor, and the government of Orania needed some people killed, so they turned him into a grotesque killer. For money. He went to Killer Academy in Vredefort. Then he killed some people in the Seminine Islands. And on other islands, too. All of the islands. After this, he came to Revachol and got killed himself.
Thank you for clearing that up.
Change of topic, perhaps?
Could it be love that did him in?
It very well could be.
What do you mean?
What do I mean? I have no idea. I don't even know what you mean. Love did him in? What does that mean?
He told me love did him in.
That's not funny, officer.
Her voice is like a slash through the air. Her shoulders tense up.
Something miraculous is coming, he told me.
The lieutenant blinks. All right, let's see where this is going.
From the northwest, he told me?
Cool.
I think we're finished.
All right.
Coolly, gracefully, she pours herself more coffee.
Yeah? I did not. Mystery solved, then.
There may be more to this mystery at some later time.
There
She's
are
holding
tracks on
back.
the floor. They're recent.
Let's make a...
Huh. This isn't good.
She's straight as a stick, suddenly.
It was a pinball workshop.
Okay. I'm glad someone's had fun.
And there was a peephole.
A peephole? You mean like a hole in the wall?
Yeah.
Yes, looking into your bedroom, miss.
Okay.
A jitter of fear and disgust moves through her body, beginning from her shoulders and ending in her hips. The cigarette tastes foul to her now.
Do you think this is somehow connected to me?
We don't know at this point.
Okay. Do you have any way of knowing how long it has been there?
Unfortunately, no. But if I were to guess, long enough. The perforation is under the bookshelf on your wall. It should not be hard to cover with some tape.
If it's recent, who do you think made it?
Shit. I don't know. Maybe it's been there for a long time. Maybe the local kids use it or something. I don't know.
She does. She must have some idea.
I'll be fucking covering it up with a lot of tape, that's for sure. Was there anything else back there?
Any other idea?
Honestly, I have no clue.
Yet, maybe it's something she's keeping for a later move, when she's more sure of herself.
Mm-hmm.
She's lost in thought, eyes narrowed.
Thank you. I've put a lot of time and effort into it.
Technically, possession of narcotics is legal in Revachol, but you should still reprimand her.
How did you amass such a hoard?
With money, sir. It's not exactly the anti-star size caboodle I intend for it to be one day, but it's getting there.
The Anti-Star is, or was, a Vespertine rock and roll star who liked to do drugs. He did so many drugs, he eventually mutated into a corpse.
Very funky. All right. Not my favorite topic. How about we,
Wait, stop. That man, bloated beyond all recognition, was 42.
That's what she said.
Below the damage, the weeks of decomposition, all the swollen indignity of mortality. He was 42 years old.
And yes, I'm old and ragged. What?
How old are you? That's where this is going. 45,000 liters of raw alcohol has left its disfigurements. What lies beneath, you wonder? You could ask either one of them.
Kim, how old do you think I am?
Huh?
How do I look?
How old? 58?
Oh my god. Oh my god, you're probably right.
Actually, make that 54. Alcoholism has severely impacted your appearance, and I was wrong about the age of the deceased.
Wait. This requires scientific
Bring it on!
To the laboratorium.
I could check. I could just fucking check. Alright, volition, right? I'm gonna put another one in volition. We're gonna level that up. We're gonna accept changes and close. We're gonna talk to her again.
Officer, it's a fine day for questions.
Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful. I have bad news for you.
What?
You know these guys? Who? Me? Yes, you. He's talking about you, you boring stiff. You too. Me? What did I do? I'm merely a master thespian. These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info. You can't trust them anymore.
I knew something was off.
I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your part.
Which ones are exactly affected?
There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume all of them. Bullshit, man. I ain't compromised. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised
My
one.
internal workings are compromised.
No fucking way, man. I just want a drag of that sweet menthol Ziggy.
We are not smoking.
Really? Quick. Tell me what's under her jumpsuit. Glory. Truth. Softness. Protect her. She wants you.
No, she doesn't.
I take it back. He's got it pretty bad. But this next guy's on another level entirely. She likes you. The crown head is a boring condom. He's jealous. This is human nature.
Oh, how did this happen?
How it always does. Through subtlety.
What can I do?
There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do.
Can you turn them normal again?
No,
What use is this then?
it's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it.
Does
Is
this
it
mean
not?
she's been lying to me?
Yes. Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is. She is a lady, most fair and just. In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. That is correct. And emissions too.
Can I trust this guy?
A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. I don't add flair. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her.
Can I trust him ever again?
Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with her. A light green speck and imperfection on the outer rim of her right iris. It sparkles.
What is her plan?
You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one who usually does said she may want to control the information rollout, not to become a suspect. She may have a past she's escaping, unrelated to this case. You doubt it's something truly insidious. See? It's oddly moderate. Probably compromised.
Alright, let's get back.
Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this.
Are you manipulating me?
For a second, her face disappears from your still smiling, a tired smile.
I am not talking to him about the doom this place. There is no such thing as curses.
This window is pristine on the
Alright, going back downstairs. I am back. Hi again.
It's you again. What is it?
So I talked to her about tape.
And
He tenses immediately. Chest tightens, jaw sets, ready for another blow.
And she stands by what she said.
that fucking fucker. You're the worst cops in Revachol. I gave you gold on that tape.
That fucker wasn't aimed at you. It was at her.
Yeah, didn't prove anything, didn't change your mind.
Dark. Dark is when you start a goddamn death rock band. He said he'd rape her. What did she have to say then? Fine by her? This is what people are supposed to be like? Fucking whoop-de-doo.
It didn't come to a surprise to her.
Yes. In fact, I think she thought it was a little funny.
Funny? No good goddamn psycho whore.
Seems like they wanted to give Klasia a second chance to play along. She still didn't.
Alright. All fucking righty then. I guess it's good then. That fucking...
Please try to control yourself in the presence of visitors, Titus.
This is just perfect. Just fucking perfect. Any thoughts on this, lawman?
You don't have to say everything out loud. Just mix and match.
I mean... maybe... What really happened?
I already told you. We fucking hanged him.
There's less gusto in his voice now. His men too are growing increasingly silent.
Come on, Titus. We know you didn't hang him. He was shot. I know you're tired. So am I. Why don't you just...
You know what? I am tired. I'm tired of you and the whore upstairs. Next time you see her, tell her Titus said, "Fuck off!" That lying, scamming. We're done. This is over. You understand? Your little investigation is over.
Yeah.
On the floor, beer drips out of the can into a small puddle. No one does anything about it.
What is this quiet funeral shit? What we need is some beers in us. Bartender, 20 beers for the Dock Workers Union.
Why don't we make it 40, huh? Why don't we make it 100 beers? You're not loud enough.
100 beers? Now we're talking. Hoppity hop over here, cafeteria manager.
Convince Titus he's being manipulated. You should know by now. Titus Hardy will never falter. But you know someone who might.
What if his boys will?
Fat Angus, the powerful guy. Mr. All Muscle. The time has come. Put him in the pressure cooker. Just remember, it's about more than Glasia. It's about
well, case
these
closed.
men and
Guess we're going home, Kim.
Huh? He'll get it. Go on.
Write it down, Kim, and Martinez. They just kill you because they don't like you.
Got it. Kill you because they don't like you. All because
because you're some chick.
Bring that up one more time, and you won't get to write that report.
yes, I understand, Alain. That's your name, right? Alain? You'll kill us. That's what they do.
And then they just kill you, shoot you, whatever. They can't remember.
It wasn't that. It wasn't. We didn't shoot him.
That's it. That's the weak one. You flushed him out. Now go in for the...
Officer, you will be next if you don't shut up.
firearm. A glass 08 or a 38 caliber pistol. Either is small enough for you to have missed. He's onto you. He knows what you're trying to do.
I'm gonna get shot, aren't I?
Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo.
Or what? You're gonna fucking kill me for no fucking reason?
We didn't kill him. We didn't even hang him. He was dead when...
Shut up, Angus!
He was dead before you hanged him.
Fatty! Say one more thing to the cops and I'll...
Dennis, stand down, or I'll beat your head in. Theo, take your hand off the belt. This isn't 31. I've got this under control.
Does he? His closed fist is shaking. It's you who's in control. Let them have their moment.
Angie, where's your goddamn inhaler? You sound like you're dying.
Inhaler?
I left it home. I can't get it. I'm too fucked. I'm sorry.
Why are you so fucking fat, Angus? Now it's all pointless. Because of you. You wasted my time. I told you, Titus. I told you just give her up.
Lizzie, your help is no longer needed here. Go tell Everard.
Fine. I'll tell him. After a long walk along the coast.
You're in. He's all yours. Questions.
So... who killed the merc then?
Not yet. Just some ideas. She says the shot came from outside, behind the window somewhere. So that's a clue.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking someone's past caught up with them. Either hers or his.
Hers, you mean?
She's got one of those checkered pasts. The shot could have missed. Could have been meant for her.
I like that. Been thinking the same thing myself.
And you had ideas about his past too?
My dude. One of those mercenary buddies of his could have done it. They got guns. Training. Years of bad blood, probably. Or it could have been someone else from Crenell. Tell you what I'd do. Check out the coast for vantage points. Maybe consult with a ballistics buddy of mine. That's what I'd do. If I wasn't too busy doing this clown dance with you.
He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again. These theories, not bad. Don't buy either one, but still, this guy's not as dumb as he looks.
So, you didn't kill him. He was already dead.
He nods.
You hanged the corpse to cover up the real cause of death. The bullet in his head.
Another nod.
Why?
'Cause the girls asked us to. They were in some shit.
Girls plural. There's another girl. 2 of them. Take note of this. They'll probably say more about her later.
Did she kill him?
Cop, I have no idea. The girl says she didn't.
He doesn't think she did. Or at least he hopes she didn't.
What happened Sunday night?
Classier came down. She seemed really out of it. Drugged up, even more than usual. Bug-eyed and gurning, you know? Not in a fun way.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like she'd redosed after something went down. I've seen that look before. She was scared. I knew someone had died.
How did you know?
I've done this job for 10 years. I've seen it before. It's the politician in the motel room with the dead hooker scenario. Only in reverse.
Good analogy, boss.
You don't get to talk yet, Shanky. You're still on the bench. And you keep taking it easy too, Angus.
What happened then?
We went upstairs. Sure as day the Merc was dead. There was a bullet hole through the window. Fucking dirty sheets and bottles everywhere.
He means they'd been fucking?
Tibbs patched the window. And the corpse. We hang.
Whose idea was to hang him? Hers?
In a manner of speaking.
Okay.
Remember the two girls? He may be talking about the other one.
You said girls, plural. Was this the other girl?
That's right. It was her idea to hang him. I liked it for political reasons. It sent a good message.
So it's her, isn't it? The drug trafficker, the 8th Hardy.
Fella, you think too much. He's off all right. You're gonna hurt your head. That woman is just affiliated with the Hardy Boys. You don't know her, anyway.
Alright, understood. Tell me anything about her? Name, current location?
Nope. You're not getting to her. It's Klasia you want to talk to.
So, if Klasia didn't kill him, why the cover-up?
You may have noticed our girl's in some shit of her own.
I didn't notice anything. What kind of shit are we talking about?
That can't show up on police radar kind. There are people after her. From the old world. Where she came from.
Who are they?
They're powerful. Connected to the moral intern. She's clearly afraid for her life. Says if she showed up in your systems, she'd be ghosted away.
Noted.
That's all he knows. That's all she's told him.
And why would you help someone like that? By taking on a murder?
Why would I? I guess we abide all sorts of runaways and losers here. It's a Martinez thing.
Who's Tibbs? The 8th Hardy?
Nah, he's my brother. He's in the window replacement business.
That makes sense.
Right now, he's grateful he hasn't gotten his brother into this mess. The lieutenant gives a smile only you can see.
I'm sorry I made you guys fight.
Me too.
Thank you for this. I'll talk to her for the last time.
You do that. Hey, cop. Before you go, Klasia, came to Martinez to hide. Many of us did. This is where you wash up when there's nowhere left to go. The Union takes you in. Now, she refused that protection. But...
You would so prefer if we didn't take her away.
That's right. If we didn't take care of the people who end up here, this place would just be a couple of ruins and some cargo containers.
We'll take that into account.
Shit, now we're solving things. Alright, I want to try to get a perception on that window. I'm going to assume that his brother had something to do with the window in the back, too. I got 1 perception. That's -1. That's -1. It's -1. Alright.
Behind the dock workers, a ceiling height, there's a yellow ribbon tied to one of the branches. Light yellow, faded with time. A tiny splash of color in the blackness of the thicket. Hanging from it, a bronze key. Someone hid the key in the bush and attached a yellow ribbon to make it easier to find. It's close enough to the latch up there. One can slide it open and just take it.
There's a
Surely
key
not a
in that
coincidence.
bush.
Huh?
Could you let me slide by and... Can I slide by and grab that?
I don't know about that. I'm comfortable here. Don't think any sliding would really help right now.
Sorry, fucko. Look,
I'm gonna enjoy.
With a loud thud, the old man stands up, pushes the window open. The key is brass. Workshop spare is...
Come on, man.
I'm tired of listening to your shit.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. I don't give two shits about your key.
I'm not gonna mess with
There is a silence around this man's words.
Yep, we don't mess with the old man.